Sarah Kavar, daughter of Christopher Kavar and Beth Ann Payne of Brooklyn, Connecticut, was named Marianapolis Preparatory School's valedictorian. Prior to joining us, Sarah attended St. Bernard's School in Uncasville, Connecticut. Sarah has consistently placed on high honor roll while taking rigorous AP and honors level courses. Sarah is a member of the National Honor Society as well as the Chinese National Honor Society. She is currently the editor-in-chief of the school's yearbook and is on the editing staff of Calliope. In addition, she has been involved with the Schola Choir, the Model UN, the Writing Center, as well as a wellness leader in her junior year and a peer leader this year. Sarah has volunteered at the Pierce Memorial Baptist Home in Brooklyn, where she organized games and also had one-on-one visits with residents. Sarah received the Gettysburg College Book Award in her junior year. Marianapolis has been blessed to have witnessed Sarah's many talents throughout her years. Sarah will be attending Mount Holyoke College. She is interested in several areas of study, including linguistics, journalism, and Mount Holyoke's program on critical social thought. The world needs you thinking about us, Sarah. We are proud of you, and we look forward to following your journey at Mount Holyoke and beyond. Sarah has certainly left her mark at Marianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Kavar.
Good afternoon, Deacon Buter, members of the Trinity Foundation Board of Directors, faculty, family, and classmates. I am your valedictorian, but I am not here to tell you how to succeed. I am here to see you off, and I am here to give you my best advice. Today, each of us will walk off this stage with a diploma, a piece of paper that, to every person, will represent something a little bit different. But first and foremost, this diploma represents a transition from dependence to independence, a transition from a life controlled by others to a life dictated by our own choices. I am here to give you license to try, to do, to experience all of those things which you want to try, even the unconventional things, the things you have never been allowed to do. Challenge those beliefs which have been imposed upon you all your life. We have spent well over a decade of our lives in school, competing, pitted against each other by forces both inside and outside of us. I am up here because I have won that competition, and I am up here because I am disillusioned. I am grateful to all of those who have helped me get here, but I have also come to the realization that there is so much more than this. And some people will never come to realize that. Choose to live, not simply to exist. I, and perhaps many of you, have spent the past 4 years in constant competition with one another and with ourselves, trying so desperately to achieve future goals that we forget about the present. Although at first, this may seem like the best choice, the choice that will bring you the most material success, I urge you to think about what it is that fulfills you. To choose not that which makes you the best, but that which makes you happy. The past 4 years of my life has been about being the best, sometimes at the expense of everyone else. For others of you, in other areas of your life, I expect you have had much the same experience. But this is a turning point, a time in our lives perfect and ripe for change. Will you live such a life that you are always striving to be perfect, never allowing yourself to be satisfied? Or will you brave a new way of living, a way of seeing the world that may be frightening, existing without internal pressures to be something that you're not, to be a certain thing which requires you to abandon happiness? Arbitrary material success is never worth that sacrifice. A number or letter grade, a promotion, and later on even a monetary raise is not worth the stress and pain and suffering it may entail. Do that thing that makes you happy, whether that is continuing on to college in the fall, taking a gap year, styling hair, building houses. Do doing something completely different. We have had so many different pressures on us for the past 4 years, but especially this year, to make something of ourselves in the traditional sense, college, career, and so on. But we are more than that. We are more than words, we are more than descriptors and ranks. We are human. We are human. You and I and everyone else here is a human being, and we are not entitled to much in this world, but I firmly believe that each of us really is entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If competitiveness and perfectionism and past impositions of meritocracy are getting in the way of those things, abandon them. You don't need them, no matter what others will tell you. Many of us will find that we are entirely, beautifully capable of finding happiness, joy, and immense satisfaction by steering clear of tangible accolades and finding that the mere act of living is its own reward. When I was young, I always wondered how my mother could possibly be happy in her current career. She is the manager at Rite Aid, is comfortable in her position, and prioritizes happiness, peace in her family life. I always used to delude myself into thinking that the most demanding and high-powered position would bring me the most satisfaction, the most joy, and thus that because she did not have such a position, she must be lacking in something, lacking in happiness. I was under the false impression that more equals better, and I was wrong. Expect too much of yourself, and you will never be satisfied. I challenge each and every one of you, not just members of my class, but everyone here, everyone listening to me. Take a good, hard look at yourself and figure out what your definition of success is. Is it defined by a letter or a number? Or is it defined by love, by joy, and by freedom? No matter which awards you receive, no matter how many diplomas you get and where you get them from, they are meaningless if you continually seek more without being mindful of where and who you are. To the class of 2016, I wish you luck, and I wish you every happiness. Most of all, I hope that you can find contentment, love, and joy, no matter where the path to those things takes you. I believe in us all. Because this is a speech at a graduation, I figure I should probably throw in a quotation that, in some vague manner, relates to what I just said. So I look to the poet Nayera Wahid and echo her in saying, "Do not choose the lesser life. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Choose the life that is yours." Thank you.